Hi, and happy Thursday. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl podcast, episode 4. Welcome back if you're joining me again, and welcome if this is your first time watching. I hope that you enjoy what you see and you might get some entertainment or education from this podcast. If you do, please thumbs it up, subscribe, and comment. That would be very appreciated. So you can find me as One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. You can find me as One Fine Design on Facebook and Etsy. You can find me as Doris M. Smith on Instagram. And I think that's all my social media. You can also join the Ravelry group, the Knit and Purl podcast. And it would be very helpful if you would join and start a conversation. I need help. So anyway, we're starting this week with a story like we always do. And my story this week is an American Idol rant. I was not happy. Okay, backstory. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I have watched American Idol since its inception. Every year, faithfully, we sit and we watch the American Idol. So I have watched the American Idol for 13 years. Prove it by naming the idols. Okay, the first season was Kelly Clarkson. Awesome. I was so excited when I heard her songs on the radio the first time after she won. Number 2, Ruben Studdard. Number 3, Fantasia. Number 4, Carrie Underwood. Number 5, Taylor Hicks. Number 6, the cute little Jordan Sparks. Number 7, and the best, it's David Cook. We don't even need to go any further. Just kidding, but not really. Number 8 is Chris Allen. Number 9, Lita Weiss. Number 10, Scotty McCleary. Number 11, Philip Phillips. Number 12, Candace Glover. And number 13 was Caleb Johnson, who I thought was awesome. And I said from way back that he was the front runner. And I told Ted a month ago or more that the final 2 would be Gina and Caleb, and I wanted Caleb to win. However, we'll paddle back to season 7 because I just want to talk about season 7. Season 7 was the best, most awesome season of the whole American Idol 13 years. Season 7. And if you are a season 7 fan and a David Cook fan, you would agree. Proof of a David Cook fan? Only David Cook fans would know what this means, okay? I can show that. You can see it on the camera. David Cook fans, you know. Anyway, so season 7 was the only season that I was sitting on the edge of my seat, looking for, anxiously waiting for the end of the show, waiting for the end of David Cook's performance, good or bad or whatever. It was mostly good, but there was a couple times it was like scary because the judges made comments. Waiting to the end of the program, picking up the phone, vote, like hundreds of phone calls to vote for David Cook. Sorry, that was email. Nothing to see here. Yes, waiting, and then, okay, the reason why I first kind of paid attention to David Cook was because he was from Missouri. And I'm from Missouri. And my sister lives in the area where his hometown is Blue Springs. My sister lives in Grain Valley, right next door. So it was something that my sister and I shared, and we were just the night of the pre-finale, the voting, the final voting, the last voting that you could do for David Cook, they kept the lines open until like 12 or 1 o'clock, and I stayed up. Had to go to work the next day. I stayed up and I voted as much as I could. And I watched on Dial Idol, anyone know what that is, to see what their predictions were. Even though they predicted that David Cook would win, the day before, I was like at work, nervous. On the night that they announced him as the winner, I was like enjoying the show, but thinking, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What if he doesn't win? What if he doesn't win? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Worst feeling ever. And then when he won, feeling so, it was just, like I said, the best year of American Idol was season 7. And you David Cook fans, tell me about it. You know. So, and then I have to share my 2009 experience, that first year that David Cook toured. When I wasn't able to go to the concert, I would listen online with other of the fandom group, and we would listen to the concert and just wait with bated breath and hear what he was singing next and what was going on and the chatter and everything, and then going the next day and on YouTube and watching the different films that got filmed at the was just awesome, the most memorable. But in season 9, that in 2009, I got to go to four David Cook concerts. My sister and I went to the first one that we got to go to was at Westminster College in Fulton, Missouri. Then we went together to the Sandstone Theater in Kansas for the Red, White, and Boom. Spent the whole day on the lawn, getting wet. I mean, it was one of those days that it started raining. They wouldn't let you bring your umbrella in. So we were wet. We did buy some rain gear, and then it started being, but it was like all day long concert performing with David Cook finishing. So of course we had to stay through it all. Very awesome experience. Then I bought tickets for Peoria, Illinois, which I thought was going to be one of the final concerts on the tour. And then after I already had the tickets, then they had a concert open up at the pageant. And oh my God, he's in St. Louis and I not go? No. So Ted and I went to that concert. It was a very memorable night, because Ted and I used it as my significant other used it as a date night, and we went out to eat at Pie, which is across the street from the pageant in the Loop in St. Louis, if you don't know, and had a fabulous meal, and then walked across. And at that time they had reserved seats, so we had our ticket and we went in and they found us our seat. It was such an awesome night. If you ever get a chance to go to a concert at the pageant, you would be a fool to not go, because it is a awesome venue. Okay, pageant, they're not paying me to say that, okay, people? Anyway, just kidding. Anyway, and then we went to Peoria, Illinois. So I got to go to 4 concerts that year. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Anyway, I'm saying all of that to say that I was sorely disappointed in the final episode of American Idol last night. Horrible. First of all, they spent time dragging through, doing stupid stuff, like they had Ryan Seacrest sing. Okay, Ryan Seacrest cannot hold a tune. He can't sing. So I don't understand the whole premise of that, filling time, when they should have been waiting for the end of the show. Because at the end of the show, they were like, didn't have time and they were rushing everything. So upsetting. So at the end of the show, they announced the winner, and then they said, okay, here's your trophy, and here's your mic, and go sing. Come on, people. He didn't even have time to process the fact that he was the new American Idol. And they wanted him to sing. No. You know, other performers had the family come up on stage and da-da-da-da. Nothing. They made him try to sing. Of course, he couldn't sing. His other fellow Idol contestants came and surrounded him and hugged him and everything. And then towards the, almost the end of the song, he started singing. And then, when they put the confetti down, there was so much flippin' confetti that you couldn't see anything. You couldn't see him. You couldn't see anything. I'm like, what are you doing, Idol? This is stupid. Caleb Johnson did not get the respect he deserved. And I was very upset. That is the end of that rant. Okay, Fiber people, I hope you don't leave me on that rant. I just really felt the need to share that and to share some of my Idol history so you would know that indeed I am an Idol fan and a David Cook fan. Okay, let's just move along from that to the finished objects. And I do have some finished objects. Yay! I have completed the vanilla socks. They are just plain vanilla socks. I'm looking at the camera so you can see. I did a 2-inch rib, and then I did 2 inches stockinettes, fish lips kiss heel, and then finished it with the plain normal toe shaping. They are not matchy-matchy, but I'm okay with that. I'm glad they're done. And they feel really good on my feet. That's one finished object. And then, last Friday, after my episode 3, and when I talked on the stumble part about the reclaiming yarn from a thrift store sweater. So Friday after work, I went to a thrift store. Well, I didn't find a sweater that I could use, but I did find some baby blankets that I think they were both baby blankets, but one was more obvious than the other that it was a baby blanket. And so I did that, and I have a finished object from that. Here is my reclaimed yarn. Let's see if you can see it. And of course, it's of an unknown origin because it was handmade and not marked. I'm assuming, here's the other ball. I'm assuming that it is probably an acrylic. But it's so pretty. And I wanted it. And here's another part of the ball that is a works in progress. So, I must say also that the person who made the blanket did an awesome job with the blanket, because when I was going to unravel the yarn, I couldn't find the join. I kept, going around the edges looking for what I thought would be I went around and around countless times, and I finally said, okay, one more time around. If I don't find it, I'm just going to snip it. Well, I found it, but it was, like I said, it was very well hidden. Whoever did it did an excellent job on the crochet, but I really wanted the yarn, and I wanted the experience of reclaiming the yarn, so that's what I did. And I have another blanket that is in the process. It's a really pretty green color. Again, I don't know what the yarn fiber is, but it's a pretty green, and I wanted to use it to have the experience, so when I find the perfect thrift store sweater, I'll be ready to reclaim that wool or cashmere or whatever. So, and by the way, I said I was almost done. I'm done with my finished objects, but I have a hoe. I'm calling it a hoe. It's not a stock, okay? But I finished the first 2 ounces of the fiber that I was spinning. I'm sorry, I'm looking over here so I can tell that you're seeing it. The fiber is, like I said, this is the first 2 ounces, and the fiber I brought, I realized that I didn't show you last week what the name of the fiber is and what it is. So I have the tag this week. Let me get it around here. It is called Fab Joyce fiber, and it is a tricolor Blueface Luster in the colorway Stained Glass. So now that I have shown you the label, I don't know if I should tell you, but I'm not really happy with this fiber. The other Blueface Luster that I spun prior, my first experience with Blueface Luster was from Leading Man Fiber Arts Hibiscus, and it was lovely, and it spun really well. This, however, is breaking a lot. Spinning it on, by the way, on the drop spindle, but I would have it spinning, and it would have the twist in it and be like okay, and then it would just break, and I'm like, what is going on? So I don't know. You people who are a little more experienced might know, but I don't know if it was an old fiber that had been sitting in the store for a while. I don't know. I just know this is not as easy to spin as the other one. Not as enjoyable, I should say. So that's my hoe. That's my hoe. Okay. Next up is works in progress. And the first one is this one. I started a new... I hope that me looking to make sure this is not distracting to you, but doing the best I can. This is another comfy doll. If you remember last week's comfy doll that I completed. So, but I decided this time to do it on just a single color. So I have marked where the 4 rows for the shoes, and then the however many rows for the pants, and then the shirt. And so I'm going to do it in a single color, see how it turns out. And because I wanted to see how this reclaimed fiber knits up. Also, the pattern, it's the Izzy African Comfort Doll free pattern is free on Ravelry. I'm knitting on... I put the yarns and the knitting needle size. Did I? No, I did not. I'm knitting on size 3s. My it's a 40-inch circular. These are the Stitch Berries, the good Stitch Berries, 3mm. No, not 3mm. Size US 3s needles. And this is obviously probably acrylic or something to that effect. And I modified the pattern to make it in the round, and I'm doing it the magic loop because this girl does not do seams. I do not seam well, so I just try to modify it so that I'm doing it in the round so there's no seams. So we'll see hopefully next week how this turns out as a single color. Like I said, I'm marking it so that I can do the same stitching, indenting, so it looks like a comfy doll, but just with the one color. Also, continuing on, another work in progress. I did some work on my garter yoke baby cardigan by Jennifer Hull. Free pattern on Ravelry, and I'm knitting it with Leading Man Fiber Arts in the colorway Royalty DK Weight on size US 4mm my Addy Turbo needles. I'm to the point where I think I have 4 more rows of the yoke, and then I'll put the sleeves on. Oops, I got it turned inside out. Sorry. I'll put the sleeves. Sorry, that was turned inside out, so you couldn't see the raglan. But so I'll put the sleeves on the waist yarn and finish with the body and go on. 4 more rows. I'm hoping to have a lot of progress this weekend. So, Leading Man Fiber Arts, Royalty, DK Weight. It's a superwash merino, size 4, US 4s, 80 turbo, 40 inch. In my lovely knit spin farm bag. See the cow? Thank you, Joanne. Okay, and my final work in progress is the other 2 ounces I'm spinning on my shacked drop spindle. This is a high-low drop spindle, by the way. I didn't say that before. So it has the top I don't know, spinning on this way, or you can turn it this way, and it's got a little thing here where you wrap the yarn in and drop spindle. Okay, so I'm not very good at this and I don't know the terms, but you can do it this way or you can do it this way, okay? Somebody can comment and tell me the right way, okay? That would be awesome. Let me know. Okay, so this is my final current work in progress. So, put these away before the dog decides. My dog loves him some fiber. Yes, he does. If I don't put it away, then he wants to eat it. Okay. Up next is the Pinterest. And this week, with my trusty iPad, we will be sharing the Cool Off necklace. And I thought this was a really cool idea for the summertime. For, you know, if you're like me and you have little kids in your life, this is a really cool project. And it's very simple. The only thing that you would need, and I'm reading my notes, I can read it here so I don't look so crazy, is a dollar store sponges, an embroidery needle, and 25 inches of the 5mm Stretch Magic cord. So you cut the sponges in 1/2 inch squares, or however you want to knit to cut them, and then you thread them on the cord until they're full. Tie a knot. You wet them, wring them out, put them in the freezer, and then in about 30 minutes they'll be ready. You put them on and you cooling. And I thought they were very cute. You could pretty much have a broad range of how you can make them. Isn't that so cute? And, you know, summer coming on, I thought it was a good thing to share. And the stumbling, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm looking over here. Oh, I hope that it's not turning you off too bad. I'm trying really hard not to look over at this. Okay, I'm trying really hard. Okay, so the next one is Instructions for Life, and it's from the book called Life's Little Instruction Book by Jackson Brown and H. Jackson Brown Jr. So there's what it looks like, and it's like really just a list of 43 things that will be good instructions for your life. And I've picked out a few to read. So I'm going to look at my list here, and then I'm going to read what number 1 is. Give people more than they expect and do it cheerfully. Number 5 is, when you say I'm sorry, look the person in the eye. Look them in their eyes, plural. I think that's good. And number 6 is, be engaged for 6 months before you get married. I think that's good. Usually they would say a year. You need to be engaged for a year before you get married, but 6 months is good. Number 9 is, it says, Love deeply and passionately. You might get hurt, but it's the only way to live completely. Good. Number 14, it says, remember that great love and great achievements involve great risks. Yep. Number 20, when you realize you've made a mistake, take immediate action to correct it. Number 2021. Smile when you pick up the phone because the person on the other end will hear it in your voice. Good one. Should practice that. 23. Spend some time alone. And I'm in agreement with that. Always really important to do. Number 25. Remember that silence is sometimes the best answer. Don't have to pretend like you know all the answers. Sometimes not saying anything and being there is the best answer you can give. Number 20, that's 25. Number 38. And all of these are good, and I'm just like picking out the ones that, as I skimmed through, caught my eye. Number 38 is remember that not getting what you want is sometimes a stroke of luck. Something to go, yeah. In my life, that has been very true. And the 43rd one, which is the last one, is approach love and cooking with reckless abandon. I'm in agreement with that. I thought that was awesome. So, that, my friends, is the end of this podcast. So, I hope that you have gleaned something, if you have enjoyment, and you weren't too turned off by my American Idol rant and David Cook thing. Give me a thumbs up. Share the video and comment. And also, again, may I say, please come and join the Ravelry group, the Knit and Pearl podcast group, and start a conversation. And I would thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Bye.